grab it with your hands, nothing's out of reach. If you really want something, if you need it, you can grab it with your hands, nothing's out of reach. If you really want something.
Hello to all you wonderful people out there. Welcome to Jamaican Experience. My name is Gabi and today I'm going to tell you about yet another changes in my life and how about my ex-husband finally decided to come to Jamaica. Hello, after so many years. So keep on watching, right? Big thank you to all the people who subscribe to our channel. Continue to do so. Remember to subscribe, share, like and comment below. So today I'm going to tell you about how my life is about to change again. I mean, you have to remember everything was just wonderful and great. I was happily married and stuff like, and then all of a sudden I got a letter from my ex-husband. He decided to come to Jamaica and I was like, hey, what? No? After like how many years? I think back then we had like 92, something like that. And still I was quite happy, you know, I was glad to see somebody and didn't think very much of it. And so he finally decided to come. So I told my husband about it. He seemed to be okay with it, which really surprised me because I thought he would be jealous or something, but no such luck. Anyway, so when the day came, I went to the airport and I picked him up, and it was just like, well, like friends seeing each other again, because we always kept in touch and we always been good friends. So I managed to find him a place where he could stay. And when I picked him up from the airport, I carried him right there and he was quite happy with the place. And I introduced him to all my friends and of course to my husband too, and even that one went well, even so you can imagine that was really awkward, bad. But still it went quite well. So we did do some touristy thing and we did do some sightseeing obviously, and back in the days we had this place called Winston. No, Walters, not Winston, Walters it was named. I don't think that place still exists, definitely not. But in those days it was a good place to meet people, especially people with connections and let's say money like. And it was a good place for us to be because there we made many new friends. I mean, my ex-husband always was the type of person always looking for opportunities, ways to make money, to open up a business and stuff like that. So that was really something else. And since I was the same type of person, always looking for opportunities, finally had my taxi, hello, yes. And I always wanted to make some more money because hustling is the word here, right? So I remember one day we met this couple. They were both German, they were both doctors, and they had a doctor's office in Germany, and they were both dentists. Oh God, I hate dentist people. But those people were really nice, and they were very much interested in opening up a business here in Jamaica, but they never really wanted to move to Jamaica. So, you know, so we said, well, that would be a great idea, and so we looked for a location. We thought like a German style of coffee place, like a / ice dealer where you sell ice cream and so where you could sit outside and something sort of like that would be really great. They totally agreed with us. They said if you find something to just let them know and they will help with the money, and then we do like half and half. So we found a place after a few weeks close to the old pork pit, not where the pork pit is now, where the old pork pit used to be. A really great location, and it was just awesome. So my life couldn't be better. I had a taxi, I had an income, I was making thumbs and jewels and making paintings and so on. I was over the moon, plus I was happily married, right? Yeah. but my life was about to change again. So I went house hunting again because that place definitely was too small. So I find a place in Greenwood, a nice place, a house sitting on a small hill overlooking the Caribbean Ocean, and it was just an amazing place. It was just brand new. It had a downstairs apartment, 2 garage, and on the top floor it had like 2 separated living areas, like one side, one kitchen, one living room, one bedroom, bathroom, and the same thing on the other side. So it was perfect to rent out the place downstairs to have some income. And my ex-husband would live on the other side, and me and my husband would live on the next side. And we wouldn't really have much contact with each other. So it was perfect, but it was expensive. Even so nowadays you would say it's maybe cheap. Back then 28,000 Jamaican dollar was a lot. But the place was nice. So I rented that place. So life couldn't be any better, right? And then the day we moved, my husband, he found somebody with a pickup. So we transferred my furniture to the new place and set up everything. I still remember in the evening we were invited to this big party, but my husband said he doesn't have any time because he was about to show a show at his shop and he needed to make some money, which was a good reason, right? So, and I was just too tired to come along because unpacking boxes and stuff, like, you know, moving is not a nice thing to do and it really takes a lot off of you. So I said, no, I'm not coming. For some reason that day I told my ex-husband, don't drink so much. Up to this day I don't know why I said that, but that's what I said. So he went along, and I still remember in the middle of the night, like 3 o'clock, I wake and I was so nervous. My butterflies were all over me. I mean, I was a wreck. I don't know, maybe some of you guys have the same feeling when something is wrong, that you just feel it, right? And that was happening to me. I just knew something was wrong. And then 8 o'clock in the morning, I didn't sleep one bit anymore after 3 o'clock. 8 o'clock sharp in the morning, a nice couple we meet a long time ago at Walters. I don't remember if they were Americans or Canadians, but one of those. And the first thing they said to me is, thank God you're alive. And I was like, excuse me? What do you mean, thanks God I'm alive? Yes, I'm alive. And they told me to sit down. And I felt sick to my stomach, and I sat down, and they told me that they found a car. My ex-husband was driving then. After the party, he wanted to come home, and obviously he had an accident. What I totally forgot to tell you guys is, like, that same evening before he left to that party, I told him to carry my own car/taxi to a garage because it needed some minor fixing. So he took that car, and then later after the party he took a car from a friend to drive back home, but that never worked out and he never reached home. He had a bad accident at Long Bay. In those days there was this big truck always parking right in that corner. There's this big corner, and you couldn't see that truck from far away, and of course he was speeding. And later I found out, yes, he was drunk a lot, so he definitely had too much to drink. And the thing was, at Coral Garden police station they found the car, whatever was left of it. I saw it later, it was just a small piece of something. It didn't look like a car anymore. We didn't know in which hospital he was. We didn't know if he was still alive. We didn't know much. So first we went to Montego Bay to the hospital, Cornwall Regional, and he wasn't there. Then we made a couple of calls, and we found out eventually that he was at Falmouth Hospital. I remember when first time I saw him, I almost got a heart attack. I mean, he didn't recognize me. He did talk some weird stuff like I didn't know what the hell he was talking about, and he was definitely sick, very bad. And much later I found out that thanks to one single person, also a taxi driver, who saved his life, because otherwise he would be dead and he would never even reach to a hospital. Because you have to remember, after the accident happened, that's what I found out much later, there were people, or one person, I don't know how many, who took all the money because he went to the bank before to get some more cash for our new business. All that money was gone. Even his shoes were gone, his watch was gone, everything he had was just gone. And some people said, oh, it's just some white guy, just let him be and just let him die. And this one taxi man, I never forget his face, bless his heart. He took him to the hospital in Falmouth. He didn't care about his back seat got all bloody or whatever, so he just took him there and he saved his life. So a big thank you to you, really. After so many years, I will never forget that. So he had a heart and he carried him to the hospital. He stayed at the hospital a very, very long time. I will tell you all about that in my next video, because this is a totally different story how hospital and things work in Jamaica, especially after my ex-husband then had problems with immigration, which is a totally different story. So please keep watching. I see you next time. Thank you for subscribing. Please like and share, and remember to comment below. Bye bye.
Yeah, your heart is a sun, and it shines as it opens.
Where your heart is the sun, and it shines as it opens.
Yeah, your heart is a sun,